If that at the end of today's class, we'll be able to finish measures of this dispersion, and we would look into both group and non-group data. And most times, what are the things do we need to follow when they are talking about sample? What are they saying? What are they talking about population? What are they saying? So we'll see different formulas, and from then we will move on from there. So let me quickly share my screen. So without wasting much of our time, then we switch into the action. Like I said, this I will just go into this. Quickly look at but before then, there are particular questions that came up that I noticed that we need to first of all deal with on the quartile, decile, and percentile. I believe some of us, I'll come back to this, but let me give us a question on that. Some people call it measure of position. So at this point, we have quartile. Let me just look at this. I'll come back to this particular one. Let me delete this so that, because I notice that we have a lot of questions on that, and I need to explain to so many of us that we quartile, decile. When we are talking about quartile, what do we mean? Anybody? If you know it, just raise up your hand and yes, gift.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Quartile means dividing the set into 4.
Quartile means divided by 4, right? What are we dividing by 4? That's a question.
I said the set of that I've given.
Okay. Do we all believe that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's look at this example. You are given the following data. Given the following data: 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12. The question says, find the quartile. Quartile is being represented by Q1, Q2, and Q3. That is, find the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. So for us to find this, so many things are involved. So what is for solution in this case? This is not the time to open your textbook. This is the time to write. If you open the textbook, you will not see it there, or you see the one that is scattered. So it's better you write the comprehensive one that I have put in together. So we have quartile. The formula for quartile is, let's say QK, where your K, we are talking about position, don't forget, K in bracket n plus 1 raised to power n divided by 4, like Gift explained to us. Everything here must be divided by 4. So if everything must be divided by 4, then we need to look at it together. Now, that we know that is divided by 4. Now, how many n? What is our n in this case? N is the number of data sets you are given. N is the number of data you are given. How many numbers are we given?
6.
Now, okay.
5.
Identify
6
your.
numbers. 6 numbers.
Please just count
6.
it. You don't need to argue on that. So n is equals to 6. Now, for us to solve the Q1, how do we solve the Q1? Meaning, anywhere you see K, you put 1. Q1 is equals to 1. 1 is what? In bracket 6 plus 1 raised to power. Don't forget is. So what is the answer of this for this? Anybody? This is 7 over 4.
Over 4.
Which is same thing as 1.75. Remember, when we are in primary school, secondary school, they normally give us 10th position, 20th position. This is what they use. So this is what we use to, to calculate, to know the number of position you carry in the total number of people in the class. So we have 1.75. That's not the end. It shows that for the first quarter, you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12. So the first quarter fall within this position. Then how do we solve them? Now, there is another way of solving them by saying, remember this is 1.75, but there is nothing like this in the data. So we are going to write it this way. First position, because 1 is there. 1 is first position. Are you getting it? Plus 0.75 in brackets. We'll now look at it. Second position minus second data minus first data. Can I come again, please?
Yes, sir.
Now, you have 1.75. 1.75. What is it? The breakdown of 1.75 is 1 plus 0.75. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that is what, and I know there's no 0.75 in the, but I know we can get first data. So we put it, first data is there, plus 0.75 multiplied by 2 second data minus first data. So assuming you are asked to calculate, let's say Q2 now. Okay, when we get to Q2, we will solve it. Don't worry. So what is the first data in this case? First data.
1.
1. We are lucky is 1 plus 0.75. What is the second data?
3.
3 minus
1.
So at the end of the day, I have 1 plus what?
0.75
0.75
times 2.
So you first of all solve the one in brackets.
Yes, sir.
Don't say 1 plus 0.75 times 2. So 1 plus 0.75 times 2.
1.3.
1.3.
1.5.
1.5. Right? 1.5, which is the same thing as 2.5.
2.5.
Any question?
I don't understand though, because I'm not even seeing it.
By the time you see the record, you will see it clearly. Let's continue. Now, number 2, let's calculate Q2. You will understand better now. Remember, anywhere you see K, your K, remember the formula says K in bracket n plus 1 all over 4. Mute yourself, everybody. So we have it, we know, remember I'm just writing the one of K, but if it is 2, we said Q2 equals to, anywhere you see K, put 2. 2 in bracket, what is n? 6 plus 1 divided by 4. So what is the answer, please?
3.5.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. So we have it to be 3.5 position. And the same thing we did the other time, we said 3, that is third. The third data plus 0.5 in bracket fourth data minus third data. So what is the third data, please?
5.
The third data is 5 plus 0.7, 0.5. The fourth data is what?
7.
7.
So you have 5 plus 0.5. The question can be, you can give you question. That's why your Baba Jabu will not work in this case. So you have to be careful. If they are given this question now, that you have data set up, I've seen it, I'll show you some of the question, I will put it on the put chart and we'll do it together. You will see. Given the following data, 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 12. Find the interquartile range. Or they can say you can find the interquartile range, and you cannot get the interquartile range without Q1 and Q3. We'll get there. Don't worry. Yes, Ruth, Chidima. You raise up your hand. What's the question, please? Okay. Sorry, we can't hear you.
Are we not doing the second?
Are you not doing what?
Q2, but you are using the sir. We are using the Q2, but you are using the third data for Q2.
I'm doing the Q2, and I'm using what?
The third data.
No, get it right, please. The Q2 is here. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Anywhere K is, you substitute 2. That is when the Q2 ends. Now, we arrive at this. Are you pounding yam or what now? We can't hear you.
I'm talking about the third data plus.
Okay. Don't worry. So, at the end, when you substitute the Q2, you have this.
Okay,
is that
sir.
okay?
Yes, sir. I'm talking about this other one, the third plus 0.5.
Listen, woman, I'm explaining to you the way we got there.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, once you get to 3.5, once you have your 3.5, forget about 2 or Q2 or Q3. It's Q2 that is leading us there. So we know that 3.5 is the same thing as 3 plus 0.5. Can you mute yourself, please? So 3 plus 0.5 will give us 3.5. So 3 plus 0.5, we know that 3 is a third position, is a third data. That's why we have here. And you cannot say, you can only deduct from third data. You cannot deduct from lower data from here. So the higher data will be the one you put here, and the third data will be here. So that is what I did. Have I made myself clear? Thank you.
All right, sir.
So the next thing we need to do here is what? What is the position? Anybody?
6. The answer is 6.
6. The answer is 6?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 5 plus 1.
5 plus 1 is 6.
Yes, sir.
And Q2 is the same thing as median. Please take notes. Q2 is the same thing as median. And you know, the median is the middle figure. Remember, when you take this one out, you take this one out, remain this. Add the two together and divide it by 2. What do you get? You have 6. So definitely, you see you are right here. Now, let's do the Q3. Everybody do it by yourself. Do the Q3 by yourself and let me know the answer, please. So let's do the Q3. Anybody? If you have the answer, raise up your hand.
This screen is no longer.
Oh, Yetola, you want to say something?
No, sir.
So, favor, yes.
5.25.
So I'm just joining. I don't understand it, sir.
You are just joining. You came late then. You watched the video. Thank you.
Hello, sir. 5.25.
Is what? 5.2? Who is talking, please?
Nzokechukwu Kelechi, Owerri Study Center.
Okay, you said what?
Q3 is 5.25.
I don't think so, madam. Check it. 5.25, that is the normal position. You are right. But what is the final value?
Okay, let me work on, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Blessing.
Sir, please.
10.5, sir. It should be 10.5.
10.5?
Yes, sir. That is the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Kelechi, sorry. Blessing, what do you say?
I'm asking question.
That
0.5 bracket 2. How is it 6? That.
But you have the calculator, multiply it together and add it plus 5.
Okay.
Additional Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
You are saying something? You raise up your hand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, what I'm trying to say is that what if the figure does not have a decimal point that we have after calculating the position and we have a straight number? Are we still going to go further and do like that?
And most times they always have because of the position we are considering. Then in that case, majority of that number that fall in that angle, nobody will ask you to calculate it. For example, I cannot ask you now to look for the last value. I cannot ask you to say, go and look for Q6. Are you getting it? Yes, because sir. I know it will fall in that category. Q6 is also the last value for itself. So you don't need to do that. Are you getting the point?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Olarewaju.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The answer is 6.5, sir.
The answer is 6.5. How come?
Yes,
You are wrong.
Sir,
Please
it's
check.
7.75.
7.75. You are wrong.
Sir, the answer is
Answer is
5.75.
10.5.
5.75.
It's
Sir,
10.5.
The answer is 10.5. Yes, gift.
So it's 10.5, so you're correct, sir.
The answer is 10.5. You know, this is the period, and as a lecturer, I will definitely, when we are setting questions, we put different options you are saying there, and you think, yes, I got it. Those people have told you the way you had it. Make sure you open the bracket first before you add your value. Don't add your value before opening the bracket. Remember the board match. So please take note of that. That is why I said everybody should do it on their own. And I can see now that majority of us we are still, okay, let's look at the correction all together. Evelyn, any question?
Yes, sir. So I'm trying to solve it, but I got hooked along the way. So in the first quartile, the 0.
Don't worry. Just follow this one. Just follow what I'm doing now. Now,
okay, sir.
Q3, we all know the formula is K in bracket M plus 1 divided by 4. So, which means our Q3 will be
4
K
position,
is 3.
position.
That's the meaning. K is 3. So we put Q3 will be 3 into N is 6. 6 plus 1 divided by 4. So how many of us got this position first?
Yes.
The position in this case is what?
I got it.
Yes, I got it.
5.25.
divided by 4. Yes, 5.25. Yes.
5.25.
That's correct.
That's correct for you too. So now that we have 5.25, and I told you, it's very simple from here. 5.25, all you need to do is to look at it. I know that 5 plus 0.25 is equal to 5.25. So I will just write 5, the fifth data, plus 0.25 in bracket the highest one.
5.
Which, no, is 6.
Okay.
6 minus fifth data.
Okay.
Remember, that is the question the other guy asked, that if it is the 6th, that was what I was trying to say. Assuming it's the 6th I'm doing now, I would have put, and there is no 7th data. Will I be able to solve it this way?
No, sir.
No. So what is the 5th data, please? Anybody?
10.
10 plus 0.25
0.25
in bracket 12 minus 10. So we have 10 plus 0.25 in bracket 2. So what is the answer?
10 plus
10 plus what?
0.5.
0.5. Have you all seen it now?
Equal to 10.5.
10.5. So different, all these options will be in the answer. Now, the question can ask you, please calculate. Number 2 question says, calculate they are there in your multiple choice. Interquartile range. Now, if you ask you to calculate interquartile range, we use interquartile range to expose the outliers in the data. So now, interquartile range can be written in this way: IQR equals to, the formula is Q3 minus Q1. That's all. Q3 minus Q1. What is your Q3?
5.
Really?
10.5, sir.
Our Q3
10.5.
It's 10.5.
10.5.
1.3. No.
1.7.
Minus 2.5. 2.5.
Minus
2.25.
2.5. Minus
And the
2.5.
answer is what?
8.
8.
Yes, Moshood.
8.
Sir, concerning the Q3, sir, the as to do the formula, I say Q2 for example, the Q1 say Q1 and the K there we represent it as a 1, and the Q2 also we represent as the Q2 as a 2. But here in Q3 we represent as a 5. I want to ask why that we represent that Q3 as a 5.
No, look up. Q3 is represented by Q3. Look at the 3.
All right, sir.
Have you seen it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So we are not representing it as a 5, as 3. It's because we have 3 there. We have so please don't mix it up. The answer here is what?
8.
8. Please take notes. If I ask you, if I give you a question and I just give you data, just listen. For example, if I want to ask some of you now, I'll just say, okay, I give you 5 data sets and I ask you, calculate interquartile range. Remember, the lecturer did not ask you to calculate Q1, did not ask you to calculate Q2, but did not ask you to calculate Q3 rather. But you and I know that you cannot get interquartile range without calculating Q1 and Q3. You don't even need Q2. Forget about Q2. You cannot get to interquartile range without calculating Q1 and Q3.
Okay.
So you need to know them. Once you see interquartile range in the data set, these are the cheap questions they will ask you. For some of you, because your mindset is, I'm going there to play lotto. You just play lotto and you score 5 out of 70. So what's, okay, you score 5 out of 70 and here you have 30-30, your TMA. With 35, take you there? No way.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You're on your own, please. Don't be on your own. Be on the safer side. Okay, let's move on. The same data we are still working on. Okay, some people raise up their hands. Blessing Adaize.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
Please, I want to ask in Q3, how come like in that 5.25, like I don't know how that one came about.
You joined late, right?
Yes, but I'm following up, like I'm understanding the rest.
Okay. Ask Anna, what's the question?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So this, in the first Q1, we say second minus first. And in the second one, we say fourth minus third.
Yes.
Then the third one, we say 6 minus 5th.
How? How? Okay, thank you. I just remember something. I will explain it now. Timmy. Okay, let's continue. Now, the first one is not because it's Q1. That is why we say first minus. Hey, madam from Owerri, from where now? Please just mute yourself, everybody, so that we can enjoy the class. Now, for example, let me explain. Assuming the first value here is 5. I'm just assuming it's 5. Are you getting it now? assuming it's 5. That does not mean, assuming that one is 5, it simply means that where I put 1 here, let me just use another marker. Here that I put 1, I will put what? I will put, remember is K is 1. K1 is fine. So here we are using this to get position. The 1 will still be
1.
The 1 will still be 1 here. Because this is the first data. Not first position. First data. Now, when I now got to this place, remember when I got the position says 1.75 position. And I know that 1 plus 0.75 will give me 1.75.
Yes.
Right? I know that this is the first data. Plus, this one is not up to second data, but it's in between. So what I did was put first data here. Now, what is my first data now?
5.
My first data now is what?
5.
5. So I will put 5 here. Because the question I gave you, and I'll put 5 here. Let me continue. Then, here, when I got to this place, I cannot say first minus first. Remember that this data is well arranged. Because if you are given, and another thing I need to tell you is this. They can give you data like this. They can say 5, 2, 1, 10, 12. First thing, you need to rearrange them by saying 1, 2, 5, 10, and 12. 2, 5, 10, and 12. So what we need to do, remember when you rearrange them, this is my first data. Set is not, that is, you arrange them accordingly, descending order or ascending order. So you must take note of that. So in this case now, my first data we all know is 5. But in the question you were given, the first data there was what?
5.
1.
Okay,
now,
1.
the initial question is 1.
1.
So that is why we put 1 here. It's not because we are dealing with first. Now, the second one, same thing happened to the second one. I got 3.5. And I know 3 plus 0.5 will give me 3.5.
Yes, sir.
So the third data in this case is what? 5.
It's 5.
Go and check it. Count it.
5, sir.
1, 2,
1, 3, 5.
3. Number third is what?
5.
Is 5. Put it there. Plus 0.5 that is in formula. And the highest data minus the class you are considering. The same thing happened to this. Our position here is 5.25. We know the 5th position is there, plus 0.25, and the highest minus lowest. The highest in this case, since we are considering 5th position, the highest must be 6 minus the 5th. Have I made myself clear?
Yes.
Very clear, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please, I don't, how do we get that 0.75 for that first position? Is it that I don't know how we got that thing? I'm confused, please.
No, remember all numbers. When you have all numbers, all these all number things is simple. You don't need to be confused. Look at it, just split them. we 1.75. Point means there is a 0 between them, right? You can break them down. 1 is whole number there, plus 0.75.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So that's how we did for the others. Now, let's quickly move on because
Hello,
of our
sir.
time. Now,
Hello,
we are
sir.
moving to Decile.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, thank you. You mentioned that whenever the data is given, that we should arrange in ascending or descending order of magnitude. So I wanted to please ask if, however we arranged it, are we still going to get the same answers? Because when we now say 1 to 12, as in whatever the data figures are, or when we take it from 12, 10, that to 1, then in that arrangement from ascending order, the data there now, the first data is going to be 1, then descending order is going to be 12. Will it give us the same result?
No, that's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, okay, let me just make it clear. Make it descending order for your level.
Okay, sir.
Is it okay by you now? Make it descending order so that you start from the lowest to the highest.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think it's ascending orders.
Sir, I think it's ascending. No?
Ascending, sir.
Descending is from 10 downwards now.
Ascending. Thank you. Thank you. At least you understand the English. Thank God for that.
Yes, sir.
Just all you need to know is lowest to the highest.
To the highest.
Just remember that one. Once you remember that one, whether ascending or descending, some people will still ask you, where do you see the ascending?
That one is simple.
You don't need to ask the question. Just from lowest to the highest. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. So on this side, who can tell us what does that mean?
Over 10.
Decimal 10.
It's talking about tens, right?
Yes.
That is divided by 10. Yes. Okay. I will just give us the same data, using the same data. Now, what you need to do is can we do the 3-3? D3 now. If I ask you to do the third decile, I can ask you to do the third decile. Just put it this way: find third and 8th decile. So from here, you can now put it. It's simple. We have D3 equals to, what is K in this case? 3 in bracket 6 plus 1 divided by 10. Who can give us the answer, please?
3.1, 2.1, sir.
This is 21 divided by 10.
That's 2.1.
2.1. That is 2.1st position, right?
Yes.
So let's go ahead. You do the same thing we did. Second is here, plus 0.1 in bracket the third minus the second. Please don't make mistakes. Don't divide it again by 10.
3.2.
Okay. Please mute yourself, Elijah, Kelechi, Oyetola, please mute yourself, or else I will put you in waiting room. Okay, so we can continue. What is the second second data?
3.
3 plus 0.1 in bracket. What is third data?
5.
Okay, so you have 3 plus 0.1 into 2. At the end of the day, you have what?
3.2.
3.2.
Can we do the D8 by ourselves now? Just make sure you do it by yourself. Don't copy anybody. You said?
No 8 data.
So we don't have any 8th data and 10th
Data
data.
is up to 6.
I pity you. It is better you do 8 data. I'm not. That means you are not getting what we are doing. If you are telling me there is no 8 data, do I ask you to?
Don't worry. We'll do it.
We have it, sir. We have it.
I pity you. Better learn it now. Your K is 8 in this case. That's all you need for K. I'm not saying you should go and get
the answer. Data. The answer is 11.2, sir.
God bless you. Who again?
Yes, sir.
Those people that are looking for 8 data, have you seen it? Have you seen the 8 data now?
You're still searching.
Okay.
I've not seen it too.
Okay.
Just
better shine your eyes. They are all there. The 8. What you need to do is K is 8 in this case. And put your K where the formula is. Then you will get what you will need to get your K data. Okay, somebody said 11.3. Okay. We are getting it together. Okay, let's see whether it's 11.3 or 11.2 or 11.1 or there's no answer. Okay, you change your mind. Favor. Okay. Who again? Who else? Just put your answer on the chat. Let's see. You don't need to talk. Just put it in the chat. I will call your name. Then if you cannot find it, put it there. I can't find it. It's also the answer. You will see the option, I can't find it that day. Okay, 6.2, Muraina. Can't hear anything, sir. Favor George, why can't you hear anything? Probably use your network. People can hear me clearly. 5.6 root, okay. Yes, 5.6 is the position. Then use the position to get the real answer for 8 deciles. Answer now. What is your answer? I'm waiting. Oh, you can't find it. Mamako, what's your answer? Or you can't find it?
It's 11, sir.
11.2, sir.
Is what?
11.2, sir.
11.2.
Yes,
it's 11.
Who is iPhone 6? We know you are using iPhone. Please change your name.
6.2, sir.
6.2. Correct.
11.2, sir.
7.2. I like that gentle voice. 7.2.
11.2.
Oh, I thought you said 7.2. If you said 6.2, you are missing it already.
Sir, 11.
I don't understand.
11.2, sir.
11.2.
11.2.
It's
Yes,
11.
sir.
11.
Okay.
11.
11.
Yes, sir.
What kind of approximation you did? Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's continue, please. We still have a long way to go. Today, don't worry, today what we are going to do, we will have a break, and from then we'll continue. You just have, okay, let's do this together so that we can, I think, do I need to even solve this one?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
No, not it is confusing.
Okay, wait. The formula is what? K
8
in brackets m plus 1 over
10.
Over 10. And D8 will be K is 8 is 6 plus 1 divided by 10.
Over 10.
What's the answer?
7 over 10 equal
56
to 56 over 10.
56
over 10
over 10. Somebody say 7.
divided by 10 is equal to 0.5,
Okay.
5.6.
5.6.
0.6.
Yes.
Now,
So we have 5, the fifth position, plus 0.6 in
plus
bracket.
0.6.
Remember, this is fifth position.
Yes, 6.
Minus.
Please, if you are with kids, can you mute yourself? If you need anything, you can. I can see your hand. Olariwaju. So we have it to be 6th minus 5th. So what's the answer, please? The 5th is what? 10 plus
10 plus
0.6 in brackets.
12
12
minus
minus 10. And you have 10 plus
10 plus 0.6.
1.2, right?
1.2.
Yes, sir.
Equals to 11.2.
11.2.
So who is
those
not
getting
letting?
6.2, where are they?
So anyway, let's do the one of percentile. So before we have 5 minutes or 10 minutes break. So from there, we will now start today's work. Percentile.
Please, sir.
Yes.
Before you go, how do we get 0.6 that we added to 10?
Is here, from here. We splitted this one into 2. I've taught you the way you do it. 5 plus 0.6 is the same thing as 5.6. Are you getting it?
How does it now become 6? 0.6.
Is it not 0.6 you added to the 5?
Okay.
Are you getting it?
I do, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I do. Okay, thank you, sir.
Now, please, how did the 56 come about? Because 8 times 6 cannot give us 56.
This is not 8 times 6. 1 is here. Madam. 6 plus 1.
7.
7 times 8.
56. All right, sir. Thank you.
Are you from which center are you from?
Lagos Study Center.
Ma? Which center?
Lagos Study Center.
Which of the Lagos?
Lagos, sir.
Which of the Lagos now?
Where are you? Victoria Island.
Victoria Island. Okay, you can't too much money.
Victoria Island.
Too much money.
Too much money. You know, people in Lagos, they can't too much money. So we have peak, people in Port Harcourt now, you see them, they do not talk, they are big people. Port Harcourt, Bayelsa, they don't talk because they have oil. They are making more money there. K equals to M plus 1 all over 100. That is for percentile. So if I ask you, find, I know some people will still talk, but I will still ask, find P45 and P68. Some people say, hey, we don't have 68 data. I believe you can solve it now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Formula is
The formula is there.
45 in bracket 6
hey,
plus 1.
Mister,
Hey, I got do it yourself.
Do it in your own book. So the solution will be P45 equals to 45 in bracket 6 plus 1 divided by 100. Blessing and Daisy, what's the question?
So the solution is 3.15.
Okay.
Okay.
45,
I want to
45,
ask.
don't worry. 45 times 7 is what?
315.
315 divided by 100.
3.15.
3.15.
Exactly. So if it is 3.15, wait.
3.15, sir.
3.15.
Not
So
15.
we have third plus 0.15 in brackets. Fourth position minus
The
third
answer is
position.
5.3.
Okay, no problem. Let's check. What is the third data?
5.
The fourth data is 7 minus 5.
7 minus 5.
So you have 5 plus 0.5, 0.15 multiplied by 2. What's the answer now?
5.3.
5.3. So can we go ahead and solve 68? P68. P68. Please go ahead and solve it.
The answer is 9.28.
Okay, let's wait for the others.
Wait for us, I beg.
Do your own. They owe your pen. Just continue your own. Leave him alone. He's just experiencing. He's just expressing his own freedom of speech. So quickly solve your own too.
$8.52.
Okay, let's continue. Just put it in the chat. Let me just be seeing the chat. Let me see chat. Let me see your answer. Okay. Oh, 8.52, 7.18. Wakama piece. Michael Doku. Yaya Muraina. Okay. Who else? Wale. Yusuf Rashid. We are waiting for your answer. Oni Oluwakemi. Where's your own answer? Apanishile. Christopher Otobo. Yes.
18, 21, that's 22.
As I'm calling your name, I'm waiting for your answer. Just type your answer. Agbonika, where's your answer? God's power, what's the question? 4.76, Margaret, okay. Yes, 4.76 is just a position. Then use your 4.76 to solve the problem. Just use 4.76 to solve the problem. Kehinde Fagbemi, where's your answer? Type it, type it. Let me see. Adams, Rabiu, where's your answer? Okay. Blessing, where's your answer? Just type it. Don't talk. Just type it.
Sorry.
Type it. Okay. Yes. Rachel Kasim, where's your answer? Talabi, yes. Your answer is what? Sir, I don't understand. Oluwabumi, you don't understand what? Which one you don't understand? Osho, what's the question? Okay, the final answer is what? 9.28. How many of us got 9.28? If you got 9.28, raise up your hand. Just raise up your hand. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. That's interesting. 17 people got 9.28, 18 people. Okay. Hands down, please. Just lower your hand. Everybody, lower your hand. Just lower your hand because I want to ask some set of people to raise up their hand too. If you're Memuna, lower your hand. So if you don't get 9.28, raise up your hand. And you are so sure your answer is correct. Welcome up, peace. Yes. Or you don't understand, raise up your hand.
Oh boy. This thing is very, very, very.
Okay. Okay. Okay, 15 people don't understand. Okay. Let's look at it together. Okay. Because I don't want us to come back and solve this problem again. We are moving to another thing entirely. So this case is simple. The formula for this, for PK, is K into N plus 1 divided by 100. Percentile is 100. Decile is 10 and quartile is 4. Please take note. Percentile is 100. So anything you are doing must be divided by 100. And remember where the K is. So that means if I ask you to do P68, I'm saying my K in this case is 68. So 68 in bracket, what is the number of total I have? The total data you were given is 6 plus 1. That is the formula, divided by 100. So what do you have? Meaning 68 multiplied by 7 divided by 100. That is the meaning. Your 68 multiplied by 7 is what? 476 divided by 100. What do you have?
4.76.
4.76. How many of us got 4.76?
I got.
Yes. If you not, this is not the final answer. That is the question. Don't approximate at this point. Leave it the way it is. Don't say it's 4.8. We don't send you for that. Just use it the way it is. Now, what we need to do here is fourth, that is fourth position, plus 0.76 in bracket. It's just a formula. You know you are working on fourth data. Then, meaning that fifth data, the data ahead of fourth data will be the one I will deduct from. So it's going to be fifth data minus fourth data. That will give me the percentile that I'm looking for. So what is the fourth data? Anybody?
7.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Where my confusion is coming from. Which one is the fourth data and the fifth data? These data, so how do you get them?
We have the data set we are working with. Is I gave you, or you join us late. Look at the data.
Yeah, no, they're not. Boy, I'm
Have you seen the data?
No. 10.
This, if you don't join the class
7.
initially, you will not understand what we are doing. This is the data we are working on. This is first data, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Your screen is no longer moving, sir.
7. I'm getting now.
Sixth. I'm not moving the screen. That's why it's not moving. Have you seen it? The first data, the madam that asked the question, are you there? The first data is what?
1.
I don't know. The first data is what?
1.
The second?
3.
The third one?
5.
And the fourth one?
7.
The fifth one?
10.
The sixth one? Now, let's go to the problem. Now, we are working on the fifth one now. The fifth one in that data is what? 10 minus.
10.
What's the fourth one? 7.
7.
So you have 7 plus
0.7.
Multiply by, this is 3, right?
Yes, sir.
So what do you have? 7 plus 0.6, 0.5 multiplied by 3. Is what?
2.28.
So the final answer will be what?
9.28.
Any question? Are you okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Lucy, you raise up your hand. Oladele said no. What's the question?
Sorry, sir.
Yes. Asana, any question?
No, sir.
Sir?
Any question?
Yes, sir. My question here is, we are using different formula from the one we've used in our study guide.
You are not using different formula. It's the same. I've told you, listen to me. If you read that, the typing is not okay. There are omissions. I'm giving you what will give you mark. Is that okay?
Yes, but that
the one in your study guide, they did group 1. If you read it very well, I will not reach group 1. Is that okay?
Okay.
This is on group data.
Okay.
Yes, Musa Abdul Salami.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, apart from the calculation, I just want to know how is this applicable to our lives in real life world? How do we use this percentile?
Yes, I just mentioned it. One of these in remember when you are in class, your lecturer they use this particular method to calculate our position in primary school.
Yes.
Are you getting it? If you've been a teacher before, they calculate it based on this formula that we did. How do you know the position of a student? How do you know the position of that student? So we use percentile, decile, decile, and quartile. to solve the problem.
Thank
Have I
you,
answered
sir.
your question? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Then when we are working on different fields, especially, maybe you are working in a factory, they use it. Those that are in quality assurance, they use it. Onobanwo. Yes. Blessing. Elijah. Wakama. Okay. I think we need to. Agbonika, do you want to say something?